question anybody should ask the Jam at this point is, what do you think about the mod movement? Because you would normally sort of cite it as the first band that started it.
Well, I think you should ask the other groups, you know, the new groups like the Purple Arts and the Chords and stuff, really.
What do you think of them?
I think they're great.
Do you think there is a mod movement happening at the moment?
Yeah, of course there is.
And do you think you're part of it?
There was a mod movement happening about a year ago. Even before that.
The South, like some of the South End kids were following us like 2.5, 3 years ago, I think.
So, do you regard yourselves as leaders of that movement or anything like that?
We don't regard ourselves as leaders of any movement. We're not into spokesmen of generations. They're a bunch of tossers, really. So we're just into what we're doing, you know. I think we've had enough sort of spokesmen. We don't think we need any more, you know.
Now, you've had 9 singles out so far, and they've all been hits. But none of them so far has made the top 10. Do you think there's any reason for that?
No, I don't know. They're not very good, are they? Really?
Serious answer.
No, we've no idea. There's a lot of people buying them. I don't know. No idea. I suppose the airplay comes down to it. I mean, the BBC, I don't know why they're not playing them. They're either too frightened or something. I don't know. We're just writing songs and releasing them, and it's up to them to play them. And they've got a right to play them, and they should be playing them because there's a lot of kids out there who want to listen to them, you know.
Now, recently you've both got involved in encouraging other bands. Bruce is managing the Vapors, and co-managing the Vapors. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you, Paul, you've taken up the case of a group called Virginia Doesn't. Now,
what?
Well, so I hear. I heard that you came in and told John Peel that they were very good and they ought to be doing.
Oh yeah, they were. They are a good band. I thought you meant like in a sort of managerial role, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Really. I mean, hopefully we get in a position where we can do a bit more than just sort of suggest, names of bands to people. Like ideally in this sort of to get in the role of releasing our own records, like bar bands and that.
What do you mean, like Jimmy Percy?
More like two-tone records.
Now you've got a new record out, a new album. It's called Setting Suns, and from what I've seen of the sleeve and having listened to it a little, it appears to have a military flavour. Is there any truth in that?
There's only two songs, I suppose you could say that at a military sort of orientated. I don't know, not really, not the overall LP, no.
Well, what's the sleeve about then? Because that appears to have a soldier on it.
Oh, I don't know, mate. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's really difficult for me to explain because I don't really want to put like my personal view of what the whole thing's about. I know it seems a bit of an easy way out, but I don't want people to get like just a one-dimensional view of what the songs are about. It's certainly not a concept LP anyway. The military songs, the so-called military songs on it, are just are basically just saying that don't sort of send me forms to invite me to wars and that when you're not doing nothing for me. That's basically what they're saying.
There's also a couple of the songs on it which seem to be a bit sort of anti-upper class. I mean, the Eton Rifles, the title sounds a bit like that, and Smithers Jones, which is one of Bruce's songs, I think, it all sounds a bit sort of sarcastic and sneering,
I don't know, I wouldn't really interpret it as that. I wouldn't say
Not
that.
sarcastic, I was just feeling sorry for, like, commuters and stuff. Because when I travel up on trains,
I see.
That's what it was all about, Was it worth it?
It just says, I mean, an overall statement of the LP is work and work and work till you die, You get nothing from it,
Well, until you can come up with something better, it seems that that's probably the only way to do it, Work is a good alternative to boredom. Now, there's one thing about the Jam which is really strange, that your father manages the group, Paul. Now, Bruce, as a non-relation, how does that affect you? Do you think it could be improved if Paul's father didn't manage the group?
No, but it's going to sound as if I'm creeping or something, isn't it? If I say I love him, but it works out great. It's been an extra safeguard for us all along, having Paul's dad working for us, or with us, should I say. And it's nothing like, father and son, I mustn't upset John because Paul's going to give me the sack or something, It's ridiculous, it's nothing like that at all.
Glad to hear it.
There's been there is 4 of us since the beginning, really.
Why did you leave home then, Paul? Was that to distance yourself from that?
No, I just felt like leaving home. I felt like living in London. Simple as that, really.
Well, what's so wrong with working? As our local resident, I feel I ought to ask.
It's a bit boring, isn't it?
I suppose.
No, I mean, I fancy the change anyway, you know. Helps your writing anyway. Change your environment.
In our final question, Paul, local residents who live near me have suggested that you used to be called the Jam Pots at one time. Any truth in that?
No, this is this malicious gossip made up by the Woking Football Club.
Why did they make that up then?
I've no idea. Communists or something, I think. That's amazing, I don't know.